Welcome back to Aico TV. In this episode we will be crossing the Irish Sea to visit our factory over in Shannon. Here we will take you through the journey each one of our products make before installation. Enjoy!
Welcome to From Component to Ceiling, an exclusive look into the intricate journey of Aico's world-class products. At the heart of the journey is a small but powerful unique serial number present on every Aico alarm, offering customers a golden thread of quality assurance at each stage of production. Behind this unassuming serial number lies a guarantee of precision, quality and traceability. For the first part of our journey, we will begin with the manufacturing stage across the Irish Sea in Shannon, Ireland. Here in Ireland, we'll unveil the fascinating journey of how each Aico alarm is manufactured. We'll follow the story from the very moment a product starts its journey at component level and assign its unique serial number to it being placed in a box ready for shipment to Aico.
EI have been making smoke alarms and carbon monoxide alarms for Aico for over 30 years. The room we're in now is the R&D engineering labs. One of the first stages in R&D would be prototyping of the mechanical plastic assembly. We have a range of 3D printers and they allow us to print a prototype within 24 hours and keep adding quality to the product every day. And then we can bring them to all of the chambers we have. Our RF test chamber allows us to isolate our units under test from interference from other devices that could exist in the field. The sound chamber allows us to characterize a unit in a similar way that we can rotate the tables on our RF chamber. We can also rotate the tables that our device is fixed to in the sound chambers. In a 23-minute test, 1.6 million sound measurements to create a really detailed image of how our unit is performing in terms of sound output. We have several chambers for testing smoke and heat. We can play back different fire types and simulate fires to devices under test without having to subject them to destructive testing. We create what we call a digital passport for traceability through the R&D process. We can establish exactly what it's been through and account for installation errors, manufacturing errors that could occur. They're tests that we can repeat over and over, and we can give ourselves, with that digital passport, a high level of confidence, eliminating those issues before they ever become a problem in the field. The most recent alarm that we've developed is the EI 3030. It is the first alarm that contains heat, smoke and carbon monoxide detection. When a product is released and it's beginning in manufacturing, the first step is the basic circuit board is taken and it's brought to our high-speed SMT lines. There it's populated with all of the large components and small components that are required to electrically make the device work. It's then flashed to the unique serial number. So this is the first point at which we have full traceability of a unique serial number for a device. Our devices go through many different test and calibration stages throughout the manufacturing process. The 3030, for example, because it has smoke, carbon monoxide and heat, goes through more test steps and calibration steps than any of our other devices. ICT does all of the in-circuit testing, it does electrical testing, current checking, it measures that the performance of the unit from an electrical perspective is adequate. The first step in the ICT stage is to read back the serial number from the device that it's testing. It can then tie all of those test results to that serial number. Once it's completed that stage, the unit itself is assigned a pass and it's allowed to move on to the next station. So the next station for the 3030, the operator would fit the CO sensor. Then they complete the plastic assembly and it goes into one of our new generation CO calibration testers. Again, the very first step in that CO calibration tester is it asks the device what its serial number is. If it has not passed the previous test station, it will be rejected. A unit can only be made in one specific pattern. We can't make a unit that had a test at one station and brought back and tested at another station. It has to follow a flow and it's highly controlled. When a 3030 passes the CO calibration, it moves into our new multi-test stations. So these test stations allow us to perform several tests in parallel, with up to 4 devices at the same time. We can do a smoke calibration step for the smoke sensor. Like all other test stations, we will query the device's serial number. It goes into 2 stages for smoke calibration. The first stage, it goes into what we call a zero smoke calibration state, and it creates a zero smoke environment. We can then instruct the device that when it's measuring this level, it's considered a no smoke environment. It moves to a smoke calibration chamber, where we inject a known quantity of smoke into the device. We can then instruct the device that this is the level of smoke that you need to trigger at. Once it's past that station, we can move into the functional testing station. The button is checked to ensure that the button works, and a microphone will measure the sound output from the device. We also have a camera for inspection of the LEDs to see that there's good clarity of the LEDs and good intensity of the LEDs. Once it's completed the functional test station, it goes into a heat test station. A hood will come down around the unit, ramped up to a specific heat, and we ensure that the unit goes into alarm at the correct heat. It then moves to the pack station. This is at the end of the production line. The device will be scanned into the pack station using the serial number provided by the device. If a device at this stage has not passed all of the prerequisite tests, and a pack label would not be printed. It's important to add that level of traceability here, because what it means is it's impossible to print a pack label for a device that hasn't passed all of the defined tests in the process before making it to the pack station. It's assigned a pack label. It's then packaged into its box. Pallet is shipped to our warehouse, and from there it forwards on to Oswestry, to Aico.
For the next part, we'll explore a critical piece of the puzzle, Aico's internal sales process.
I'm the customer service manager here at Aico. I look after a small team of people whose primary role is to liaise with our customers and with the people who have alarms on their ceiling. We provide customer service, troubleshooting, information on the alarms and regulations, their pricing. We help them place their orders, which we've now moved onto an e-commerce system for them. And we follow up any problems with their deliveries or any requirements that they might need. We now have a new e-commerce system, so the customers are in charge of putting their own orders onto the system, and the system is automated so that when the order arrives with us, it automatically goes through to our Sage system. So our Sage system has all the details of all the products. It tells us which products they want to order, how many they want to order, when they expect delivery, and the system holds all this information, including the weight of what that order would be, and ensures that when we pass it down to the warehouse, they've got all the information they need to make sure the right products and the correct number of products goes into the boxes. Once the order's down with the warehouse, they deal with the scanning of the products and put them in their boxes. Where it comes back to us in sales is if there are issues with those orders. So if boxes are lost in transit, if they arrive damaged and products are missing out of it, or if customers feel like there isn't enough products within their boxes, one of the things that we can do when we're doing our investigation is look back on the serialization for each of the orders, and it will give us a breakdown of the serials of every single product that went into that box. So we know that every single product has been scanned and it has a unique scanning number. With everything being electronic now from the customer's perspective, it gives them full control. So they're logging into their own portal, they are placing their orders. Those orders can be tracked throughout the system. So as their order moves through our Sage system, when it's with sales, we're checking it through, making sure there's no issues with it, making sure that we can make the dates that they want. Once we've passed it down to the warehouse, the order moves on their portal into different statuses. So it shows them at what point in the system their order is moving. And once the warehouse have finalised the order their end, it marks the order as shipped for the customer. So they know now that order is on their way to them, and all of those details for that order are now locked in the system and they can't be tampered with by ourselves, by the warehouse. It's all a fixed point. One of our core values here at Aico is service. By using the e-commerce platform, it means a customer who needs to install an alarm on a ceiling can order from his wholesaler today, and it will be delivered to the wholesaler tomorrow. We know that it will be fast, we know that it will be accurate, we know that that's the customer service that we're trying to give everybody.
While we're here in Oswestry, it'd be amiss not to speak to our product development team. Innovation is a cornerstone of our business, and they're the glue that holds it all together. We've got our factory over in Shannon in Southwest Ireland, Homelink down in Bristol, Aico here in Oswestry, and our customers all over the UK.
Our product development process really starts with our customers. Our role is really to be the conduit for those customers, so understand their requirements and how we can assist with technology and products to provide solutions to whatever issues they may be facing. We're then defining the problem really that we need to solve through technology and products, and then we're working with our engineering and R&D teams in Shannon and also our software team down in Bristol. We're working closely with those teams to fully define the requirements of the products, going back to the customers, presenting that back. Further beyond that then, we're into sort of prototypes for products, testing those here, again taking them back out to customers, getting early feedback, working towards then field trials, and then the sort of final stages of product launch, so really working with additional teams, so marketing team for example on packaging and branding and launch material for products, and also then product data so that when we launch a product into the market everyone has everything they need, and technical teams on the product details so we can develop training and support material.
What we've got behind us is our installers taking part in our City and Guilds training sessions. So we run these twice a month, and it's all about getting our installers hands-on with our product, but also teaching them everything they need to know about our products. It's absolutely imperative that we get their feedback and actually what they want as a product from ourselves. Those are the people that will be installing these day in, day out. So if we can make that better for them, if we can make a product that makes life easier for them, any of that, then we're always going to do.
And then additionally on top of that, we'll physically go out and visit customers, so we'll look at how our products are being used in real life installations, in properties. It's all well and good look at the products on the desk in front of us, but you gain so much for actually seeing how a product is being used, in a real home. Yeah, the key thing is we're open to feedback and input at any point. It's an advantage for us having the factory and the engineering and R&D teams and our own in-house development and our software team down in Bristol. So that means really that when we have that customer input and we have that sort of problem to solve from a product perspective, we have that technology there at our fingertips. We can iterate and create prototypes very, very quickly, get early feedback from customers, continue to refine, and obviously we've got then our world-class manufacturing facilities and the quality that we're known for. Really having that scale and that in-house innovation gives us that advantage to meet our customers' requirements. We have that full end-to-end control of what we're developing, when we're developing it, leading right from the initial product concept through to the final product.
So the work that our product development team does ensures that we're at the forefront of technology. Following on from this, we'll explore the well-oiled machine that is Aico's distribution network, where our unique product serialisation provides accuracy and traceability across all stages of distribution. Let's take a look.
Here at Aico in Oswestry, we receipt over 6,000 pallets a year. Those 6,000 pallets a year are all receipted based on their date, product and quantity.
We have one delivery from EI every day and sometimes two. There'll be 26 pallets on this delivery. These are all blind counted and therefore checked individually, each pallet. Once this process has been done, it will be counted onto the warehouse management system. It will be placed on a serialisation based on date rotation, so it will be first in, first out.
That allows us to ensure that the product in the market is the freshest product it can be. Our products are tracked via serial numbers. Benefits of using that system are that we can track a product right back to where it was manufactured in the factory, by who, when it was manufactured. So we know exactly which product we're putting into a box and who's put it into that box.
Once all of our products are scanned, we can input the weight of the boxes, how many boxes it is, and the picker as well. So we can actually relate back to who picked the order and again who packed the order. This gives us full traceability of any claims or any cases that come through for our customers. This allows our picking accuracy to be about 99% and also our packing accuracy to be between 99.98 and 99.99% accuracy.
The unique serialisation process is different to anywhere I've worked, to be honest. In previous places I've worked, we've located things by locations or specific lines of product, but never as individual product items. It helps because it makes things a lot more accurate and we can just be a lot more thorough with everything that we do here.
Our warehouse management system allows us to date rotate all of our products. The sales team are therefore then allowed to process their orders based on these product dates. Once our packers have received the order, they check the order against the paperwork and they'll make sure that it's all correct. Before scanning, they'll then scan every single product within that order onto a database. This brings up all the data onto the computer in terms of serialization. And we have numerous fail-safes like overpacks, underpacks, incorrect products, and also shortage claims. So this allows us to have many fail-safes for the products going out to all of our customers. Once all our orders are packed, we are ready for collection via our courier APC.
We have a network of carriers across the UK who distribute our product for us. We see them as an extension of our team. They support us by having geolocation and photographs of deliveries. Every single box, all the products within it have been scanned. The serial numbers logged against the order, and those orders and those serial numbers can be tracked to the wholesaler.
CF are leading experts for providing electrical products to professional installers and buyers. We've been doing that since 1951, and we have over 400 locations across the UK. And over the past few years, we've been working to become electrical experts of choice for social housing customers and merchant relationships. At CF, we look to align ourselves with professional partners that literally value the same sort of values that we have with our customers. Our mantra is quality and service excellence. So the relationship with Aico is phenomenal. You know, they're a great supplier, they're a great provider of life safety products. We obviously order through online. The purpose of ordering through online is that we've got a process of tracking the products that are coming in. So when the products come into a branch such as this, we literally scan the products and we make sure that we put them on the shelf. When the products actually leave here to go to an installer or go to a social housing, we've got a process of managing what that journey has taken. Serialization is mandatory. It's a requirement. When I visited the factories, it was great to see there's measures to ensure that there's a quality product. So once all that quality process has been taken by Aico through the manufacturing and it lands on our desk, that serialization is important because it gives that unique identity. I believe it's known as the golden thread. You know, we can trace it back right to the roots of the component, which gives customers great reassurance. I think with Aico, they get really involved. Great, the product comes out of the factory, but they follow that through with the quality of teaching social housing, including distributors like ourselves, why that product is fit for purpose. They're working with British standards, they're working with compliance, they're working with independent bodies. So it gives us a comfort, it gives our social housing customers a comfort to know that should anything go wrong, that golden thread allows them to know that, you know, they can take it back to basic roots. That's exactly what they want.
When talking about electrical distribution, it would be amiss not to talk about the EDA and the great work that they do for the industry. We're here today in London at Rotherick House to meet with the CEO, Margaret, to talk about e-data and all things digitalisation. Let's go and have a look.
The EDA is almost 110 years old. It was founded in 1914, just before the war. 75% of the UK wholesale market is represented by the EDA. It's never been as large as it is today. The purpose of the EDA is, and always will be, to support electrical wholesale businesses. Our job, we see, is to scan the horizon to see what are the big opportunities out there and the threats coming, and what we can do to help wholesale businesses take advantage of these or prepare themselves to fight against some of the threats. In 2014, we looked around to see what do we have to do to make sure that the wholesaler is still the essential link in the supply chain. And coming at us from every angle was the need to digitalize and to help the businesses to digitalize. And we decided that product data was where we could add real value to standardize the way that product information was created, stored, managed, shared, and bring very many benefits to the sector because it could be used in so many ways. We took the decision that the industry needed an industry data pool. And if it didn't have an industry data pool, it would be very difficult for us to achieve that target we had set ourselves of helping the industry to digitalize. 2020, we launched an industry data pool called eData, and we got 15 industry leaders to join us as founder members of this initiative. Delighted to say that Aico was one of those, and we also had 10 wholesalers who were founders of this initiative. Very happy to say that today we have 77 manufacturers who have signed up to deliver their data to eData. We have been working and constantly improving this platform to create a one spot where the whole industry can go, if you're a manufacturer, to deliver your data, and if you're a wholesaler, to draw your data from. Today we have 220,000 SKUs on eData. One of the most important guiding principles of eData is that the product information in there must be of the highest quality. So we have gold, silver and bronze status for the product information that we hold in that data pool. Out of those 250,000 products, 150,000 of them are at what we call gold standard. We have been involved in discussions about the golden thread of information. We worked with Dame Judith Hackett to help us spread the word of the importance of high quality standardized data that is interoperable and can be used across the sector. The big challenge facing the industry now, and we think eData can be a part of solving the challenge, is identifying products from cradle to grave. You've got to be able to identify them at every point in the chain. That golden thread is of key importance. I understand that Aico has done quite a lot of work on that and has attached this unique identification opportunity to every single product that it manufactures, and they're ahead of the posse on that, but we'll be trying to help our members work towards that goal.
I just want to say thank you to Margaret and all her colleagues at the EDA. It's been very insightful learning about all the great work that they're up to and their plans for the future. And now for the final part of From Component to Ceiling. We're here on the ground where we'll be following a dedicated installation team and meeting some exceptional clients who utilise the Aico products to keep their residents safe. We'll be following the golden thread of quality assurance as our products make it to their final destination, a resident ceiling. Let's dive in.
Grand Union's an amalgamation of 4 different housing groups. We look after just under 13,000 properties from Northamptonshire, Oxfordshire, Buckinghamshire, Hertfordshire and Bedfordshire, doing responsive maintenance and void works throughout the areas.
We've been using Aico products now for over 20 years, so we started just using smoke detectors and CO detectors, but more recently we switched over to using the environmental sensors as well as the Aico Gateway product.
And it's a reliable product. We've had multiple offers to come away from the product, but we've always found the reliability of Aico as being the one reason why we've always stuck with them. We're currently in a void property within our portfolio, and what we're doing here is bringing the void up to our lettable standard so we can re-let it for future use. We get the property as an empty property. We come back in here, we then build out a specification of where we're going to take that to. We then get our electricians to come in here, bring it back to a lettable standard. Electrically, decoration-wise, this week we've had brand new windows, new doors installed, new LED lighting, bringing the smoke alarm system up to where it should be, and also changing sockets, things like that, before a new customer comes in.
So going through the installation, we'd hardwire the smoke alarms in the rooms that is required in. On this property itself, it's going to be a heat alarm in the kitchen, smoke alarm in the lounge, and smoke alarm on the escape routes in the hallway. We're also going to be wiring in the SmartLink gateway and then installing environmental sensors throughout the property in all the rooms. So we'll be installing a heat alarm in the kitchen. What that will do is it won't pick up any smoke, which would activate the smoke alarms. What it will do is activate should the temperature within the kitchen go above 58 degrees. Environmental sensors will give us feedback from each independent room, and that will give us the temperature and humidity of each room and feed that back to the dashboard that we can then see at K2 in our office. Within the property, we have a permanent light at each lighting circuit. So from the light, we will then hardwire to the smoke alarm, and then we'd use the wireless link system to link up all the smoke alarms. The SmartLink gateway, it links back to our office via 2G network, and that gives us access to the equipment we install in this property. It gives us feedback of what's going on in the property currently.
The information that we get from the HomeLink gateway enables us to get a holistic picture as to what's going on in our properties. We're able to see whether we've got high levels of carbon dioxide, whether we've got high levels of humidity, and whether the property is being heated correctly. So we've got a fully connected property.
Hightown's a social housing provider. We're a charitable housing association whereby we're putting quite a lot of emphasis into our building projects and trying to help those who might be homeless or have certain needs. We have different divisions within Hightown that help within care supported housing, financial, we have estates, assets and different departments which obviously can assist with those in need. In the last couple of years or more, we've utilised Aico, one initially through training needs and how Aico can assist some of our CBD requirements, meeting current British standard guidelines, and how we can try and understand and interpret those. We've tried to move towards detection and the current legislation around detection, whereby our main electrical device we use for our detection of smoke or heat or CO is an Aico detection, meeting the two from the manufacturing end all the way through to training and how that can be applied to knowing that it's actually working operational in compliance. The gateways to Hightown is a newer aspect. In the last year, we've rolled it out on a bigger scale. From a Hightown perspective, because we have a geographical area between Hertfordshire, Buckinghamshire and Bedfordshire, by providing the gateway within those numbers, we have about 9,000 to 10,000 units currently, and that's only going to be growing to try and meet the demand and the demands of the service and the need of the people who we're providing for. Rather than us go around everywhere doing our checks on every scheme, the gateway allows us, when they're installed to the gateway, we can monitor it and we know exactly every device when they were installed. It means we have less resourcing to put into that, and we have more of control of the actual monitoring end, which we can then develop that information into our own system.
So providing the HomeLink app to our customers also enables them to monitor the living conditions within their own properties. They can then take action if there's high levels of humidity, for instance, by providing better ventilation. And also if they get an alert whilst they're out, because we've got connected properties, if the smoke alarm goes off, then they can receive an alert warning them of that. The data from the portal enables us to determine what the correct response is going to be, depending on what the property is presenting.
Within the gateway, the insights of that gives us greater understanding of the information provided, which means we've got more of a positive and proactive service rather than actually so reactive where we're having to get more people to go out from that. If there's a problem, we can then act on it straight away rather than there being a delay in time.
On the back of each product, there's a QR code which gives that unique serialization, so we know what product is installed in what property.
The Aico product gives us accountability. We know where it's sourced from, where it was made. We've got full traceability from where it's been manufactured, from the wholesaler to the contractor doing the install. We would know the unique of the contractor to the install, and then we've got traceability through the gateway.
Knowing that this detail is built into every product and every detector that's built gives us the reassurance to know that we are installing the best possible products to maintain the health and well-being and safety of our customers.
From an organisational point of view, it gives us confidence in a product. A product's there fit for purpose, that the product's there to do the job it's intended to do. We can reassure the residents that it meets that requirement. The more residents see and we talk about, the happier they generally are. From my point of view, the more I can protect residents and also demonstrate how it can protect residents to other parties and other funders and stakeholders, that we can only be safer as an organisation.
And the relationship we have with Aico has always been a very good one. Not only do Aico give us compliant products, but having the training from Aico also gives us compliant electricians to complete the installs. The training we receive is accredited installer, and it also gives us CPD points towards our end of year for the NIC-EIC.
That gives us then reassurance that we've got a competent contractor going out to install. It gives us confidence in the product and the gateway data system. We know that if we have a problem with the data, we've got somewhere to go within Aico.
As a housing provider, we're tasked with providing the golden thread of building safety information. The Aico Expert Installer Training highlights the rigorous processes that go into the quality assurance of each and every component and detector that's manufactured from those components. This gives us the complete golden thread from component to ceiling.
This concludes our 4-part journey from component to ceiling, where we've unravelled the incredible journey of Aico's products. It's clear that our key values of quality, service, innovation and education are the driving force behind every alarm that reaches your ceiling. Through our unique digital serialisation process, we've shown you how each stage is intrinsically connected, safeguarding lives from component to ceiling. At Aico, we're not just about creating products, we're creating peace of mind. Thank you for joining us on this remarkable voyage, and remember, your safety is our promise, from component to ceiling. Safety first, Aico first.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Aico TV. For more information on our products, head over to our website and keep an eye out for our next episode.